Hey, my name is Dennis, and this is my Tesla Model Y Performance, just picking it up from Hansho, and here are the three things that we actually did today. I wanted a roof rack for the Tesla Model Y Performance, not because of any utility. I think it looks just really cool, so that's what we did. We got it installed. Their version, which is much cheaper than the OEM version, installed, which was really quickly to get it installed and got it done. The second thing is our trunk. In the trunk area, they actually installed like an LED light that actually goes around the perimeter, and you might not be able to see it too well in this shot right here, but once I get home tonight, this I think adds a lot of functionality with being able to see inside the trunk, which is really cool. And so I can't wait to see this later on. And the third one is probably my most exciting thing, most exciting feature is going to be the soft close doors. This is a feature you find in like Mercedes, BMW, and other vehicles, but how it actually works is if you don't close your door hard enough, sometimes you have to reopen it again. But with the soft close door function, you don't have to close it all the way, and it closes it immediately for you. So really cool feature, and really cool to see how it actually got installed here, and definitely check it out if you're interested at Hansho.
And then we have the soft close kit. So there's going to be 4 modules in there that go on every single door, and like I mentioned earlier, it is a pretty heavy installation. So you do need to take apart all 4 doors and remove the glass as well, so you have access inside of the doors, so you can put that module in there. And it's kind of what the box looks like on the outside. And there's a look at the kit. You can see all 4 of the modules and all the wiring. And yeah, just gotta take apart the doors, get to it. So there's gonna be 3 T30 bolts holding in this door panel together. There's gonna be one behind the button, one underneath here, you see that? And then there's gonna be one behind this red marker. You're gonna wanna pop that out with a little plastic pry tool or a pick, get it in the corner and then pop it out. And then you'll have access to that T30 right there. And it comes out just like that. And make sure when you put it back, put it this side facing up. And then you should have access to all the bolts you need to be able to take off the door panel. That's all 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. There's gonna be a whole bunch of plastic clips along this door panel. You're gonna wanna just grab one of the corners. If you can try and get your fingers in there, you're a little lucky, but for a lot of these newer vehicles, it'll be really tight. So you're gonna need a plastic pry tool. And like I said, you're gonna wanna grab it from one of these corners, whether it's this one or this one, and it'll just make it a lot easier when you pull it out, as opposed to if you pull in the middle, it's a lot more flexible. So you're gonna wanna grab it from right here and then just pop out, and you'll hear all the clips pop out. So there you go. You can see there's a whole bunch of clips along the edges. And for the newer vehicles, like I said, they're really tight. So you need some plastic pry tool to try and get everything out. And then you're gonna wanna lift this up. And you can see all the wiring. You're gonna wanna disconnect this one, this one, this one, the emergency release, and then the ones for the speakers over here. That way you can completely remove this panel. And then there's gonna be these 10 millimeters, or 8 millimeters, I believe, along the edge of this plastic panel. And then you're gonna wanna remove that so you can access the back of where the door latch is. And then you're gonna wanna swap out that module for the soft close. So let's get started. Lift this up. Give it a nice tug, take that out. That's the emergency release. And then these are buttons for the functionality of the door. And then you have your ambient light right here. You want to be careful with that one. You got the speakers. And then the other speaker as well. Push down on that clip, pull out. There you go. And now, so the whole harness is disconnected now. As you can see, now there's just all these plastic clips holding it into place. You're going to want to remove those two. Just grab it on either end of the plastic clip and just give it a nice tug, and it should come out. Go. And the whole harness should be disconnected. And you can remove this panel, put it off to the side. You're going to want to remove the speaker. There's going to be 4 bolts holding that in place as well. Put those off to the side somewhere so you don't lose them. Some more connectors on the inside that you're going to want to disconnect. Like I said, you do want to take off this plastic panel. You're going to want to remove the 8mm. Just follow the edges of that black plastic piece inside and you should be able to find all of them. So then, in order to access these 2 bolts that are holding down the window, usually on previous Model Ys, you could remove the floodlight and it would automatically think that the door is closed and the window would go up. But with the Juniper Performance, you actually have to flick the door latch manually to make it think that the door is closed so that the window can go all the way up. Because as you know, Teslas, when you open the door, they automatically have that drop down right here. And then that will make these bolts go down and you won't be able to access them. So like I said, make sure you flick that door latch so that the window goes all the way up. And then you'll be able to access these bolts. But just make sure you do not close your door. Because if you do close your door, you can cause damage to the window. Because that's what that little drop down is meant for on the Teslas. So make sure you don't close the door once you have that door latch flicked out. Make sure this one fits. Okay. There's going to be 2 10mm. I think they're 10, right? Now with that removed, you can finally access the back of the door latch, and there's going to be a couple bolts holding that in. You're going to want to remove that, and then you'll be able to get our module in there, and that'll get the soft close function to work. Oh, finally. There, you can remove the latch. So now we have the original door latch out. Oh, there it is. That's the front one, huh?
Yeah, this is for.
You can run the emergency release through the original hole before you put the door latch back in. You're going to want to place it where the original holes were for the previous latch. Again, I believe those were T30s. As you can tell, those were pretty tight from factory. And tighten them down so that the door latch doesn't have any issues wiggling. Then you're going to want to use the extension provided in the kit. Connect one end to the original. And then you're going to connect the other end to the door latch. And it's in place. Then you're going to want to tuck these wires away too. Oh, so it connects right in here.
Okay.
As you can see, without the extension, it's a little too short. So you're going to need that extension. And then you're going to want to tuck this wire away, because if not, you will have issues with rattling. And then the window could possibly pull on it, and then you'll have issues with your window not going up and down properly. So we'll make sure to tuck those away with a zip tie. Just use a zip tie, nothing complicated. Just make sure you route it in the best way so there's no issues with the window. And then we can start putting everything back together. Gonna want to slip this underneath. Then again, it was those 8mm bolts holding that plastic panel all around the edges. So now we have all the 8mm in place holding down the plastic panel. So now we could either put the speaker on or put the glass back on. It doesn't matter which order it goes back into at this point. So you're going to want to make sure that the connector is facing up. And then there's all these plastic clips that will kind of hold it into place. And then you can put the screws in to hold it and secure it properly. So it's going to be three T20s and then the one 8mm in the corner at the bottom left. I know. Gotta put these two as well. Those will hold down the window. And then you can just start running the harness back to the original position. So there'll be all these openings, and then you can just find the connectors as you go. And it's all pretty much plug and play from here. So one for the screen, one for the speaker. And for the window. And then that's it for this inner plastic panel. And then we can start putting the outer door panel back together. So now we have the harness routed on this inner plastic panel. We have the window back on. Two 10mm holding the window, and then two 10mm holding the motor. So similar idea with the inner panel. There's certain lengths for all these clips, so they all fit in one specific location. And then it'll kind of help you route the harness and find all your connectors. So you can see there are all these like oval shaped holes, and they just pop back in real nice. And there's also this little green tape, kind of help guide you where these little clips are going to hold on to the harness in case you forget. These are all kind of held in place by these little plastic brackets. Another one here for this one. And then the ambient light. And you just got to connect the speakers. And there you go. Harness is all put back together. Make sure you put your emergency release back on as well. So this is the new one that's provided on the kit. So you just put it in through the little hole here. And then there's some grooves right here. You'll pop that in right there. And that's the whole door panel put back together. Oh. Besides this last connector. And then you're just going to want to line up all these clips to the original holes. And it should just pop back into place. Before you do that, make sure you throw these on as well. You have to remove them to access those bolts for the window. It's going to be 4 of them that you need to remove. 2 big ones and 2 smaller ones. And there you go. Now we just need to kind of hook this on over here. So once you have everything lined up, these clips should line up perfectly with these holes. If there's any fight back or any resistance, you probably don't have something lined up properly. So make sure you just take a look underneath and make sure everything goes into place. Okay, everything popping back in. Not too much force required. And there you go, all the clips are back in place. Then we just gotta throw on those 3 T30s.